Let's face it, college is hard. Not impossible, but it can really suck the life out of you sometimes. Kind of like a vampire. No, not that kind of vampire. Yeah, more like that one. You're up all night cramming for your exam tomorrow, or you're in lecture and you're about to pass out. We've all been there and we've all experienced it, and so let's break that cycle. Whether it's morning, night, Independence Day, your birthday, doesn't matter. Let's break the cycle. And it starts with planning. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill says, I discovered that most ideas are stillborn and need the breath of life injected into them through definite plans of immediate action. In this book, Napoleon goes over the best way for you to achieve any goal that you've ever wanted, and it's through an action plan. This is something that requires scheduling, etc., and there's 6 steps to it. So let's do one for an example. Figure out what your goal is. So this can be anything from you're wanting straight A's to you want to get to know your professors better. You want letters of recommendation. You want to join a lab. For our example, let's do something like you want good grades. Step 2. This is a hard one, but it's figuring out what you're willing to give up for your goal. For me, it's time and energy and maybe hanging out with friends, video games, YouTube, etc. for whatever it is that you want to achieve. This is a little bit challenging, but those things can come later. They can be a reward for getting closer to your goal. Step 3, figuring out an end date. For many goals, there's not an already set in stone end date. For ours, there is, when grades are not changeable. Step 4, the most important step on this list. It's something everybody knows to do, but nobody does. Or everybody starts it, but nobody sticks with it. And it is to make a plan. To schedule. To actually schedule every single week what you're going to be doing to get to your goal. And don't worry, we're going to go later in this video and talk about actually how to set it up, how to stick with it, and motivate yourself to continue doing it. Right on to step 5. Write these all down. I'm telling you to do it now, because if you do it later, you won't actually. You won't do it later, because most of consciousness happens in working memory, which is a version of short-term memory. So you're not going to remember to do it later. So doing it right now is the best time to do it. Go do it. Go do it. Welcome back, and immediately into the last step, step 6. Read aloud what you've written down twice a day. One before you go to bed, and once when you wake up. Napoleon Hill says, and as you read, see, feel, and believe yourself already in possession of your goal. Feel it, visualize it. Visualization isn't everything, but it will help a lot to motivate you to continue doing your goal. Now let's create your schedule. Let me preface this by saying that my schedule is kind of packed, and that may be what scares you. You don't want to be a slave to your schedule. You're halfway through the semester and you've been going to your schedule to the T and you're sick of it. You want some free time. Well, to that I say, in preparing for battle, I've always found that plans are useless, but planning is indispensable. Dwight D. Eisenhower. Your schedule is something that should work for you, not the other way around. To start, you gotta find what your best planner is. Maybe it's online. For me, it's Google Calendars, but maybe you like to have a notebook that you always bring around. Whatever it is, immediately write down what your classes are. If you want A's in all your classes or good grades in all your classes, this is a perfect framework. Starting a schedule is easy. Sticking to a schedule and refurbishing it and making sure it's up to date is a mind game. So that's why I say you should include at least one thing that is a side project of yours. This gives you time to do anything that you want to do for yourself, whether that's learning your origami or becoming a better cook. When should you update your schedule? Well, I personally say weekly, other people do as well, but you may want to do it daily or monthly. The reason I advise against those ones is because if you're doing it daily, it's really easy to get burnt out. I mean, think about it. A normal semester is 16 weeks. That is a lot of days where you are just updating your schedule every single day, rather than just doing it 16 times. And then there's updating your plan monthly, and that causes the problem of you not sticking up to date. Get someone to keep you accountable. This could be your mom, this could be a friend, a sibling, it doesn't matter. But behind closed doors is where everything happens. It's where you're doing the hard work. If you have someone there to make sure you're actually doing it, to make sure you're planning and that you're updating and that you're actually doing your homework, it's gonna be so much easier for you to get the A and good grades. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If it helped you at all, drop a like and subscribe. It'll really help out the channel and me, and it'll help us grow to make more of these types of videos. And please put in the comment section your own best way of studying or how you achieve your goals. I'm sure other people would love to hear them, and I would too, to help me do better in school. All right, thank you guys so much.